Now today I had to go get my phone so that I keep time, and then I also get your input for those who are chatting me by the side. And it's another Tuesday again, a fine morning. It's rather quiet here. America does not like noises apparently. Even the homes, the villages, everywhere. You make noise, you look the funny one. Other places, we like to be loud. This is Kaka, and this is Trough TV. We are still having this brilliant person here, this lady who led us last week about something financial, and today we are going to be a bit deeper. Finance is so wide, but then today we are going to be talking about something on the personal budget, personal credit. What happens after you have made the money? What advantage do you take of the credit system? What advantage do you take of the environment you are in financially? So, this is Kaka. Good morning.
Good morning, John. Asante, John.
Karibu sana.
How are you today?
It's a Tuesday. Last week was hectic, and the weekend I relaxed just at home and then went out a bit and interviewed other people a bit. Summer is just here. I can see now it's bright outside.
Yes, beautiful day for another training, right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, John, thank you for coming to your training again. Every Tuesday, you and I, we do this one-on-one training. I want you to be really good at what you're doing because I understand that you have a very powerful media where you go and use that platform to speak to anybody, not just the Kenyan people, John, but anyone whom you come across. Share the knowledge of what we're doing here. So today, I think the topic I gave you a homework, John, the weekend. The homework was about can you save $10 a day, John? So that's a question to you, John. Now,
I'll be so much money in Kenya. What do you mean you're telling people I said 1,000 Kenya shillings every day? Well, this is America. Yes, madam. Can you be able to save $10 in a day?
you can save $10 a day.
Yes, I can.
Positive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The reason that question is, and thank you, John. So $10, we can easily get $10 and we can step out of this house and spend that $10 no problem, right? What do we normally spend the $10 on?
Uh, the $10 is every morning or during the day, wherever I spend it on snacks and refreshments because I'm on the road a lot of times.
Okay,
Yeah.
number one.
Yep.
Okay. Can you cut your own lunch, John?
These are not fasting months. What do you mean I cut my lunch?
No.
I could. Okay, just kidding. I could. Yeah.
Can you pack your own lunch and take to work, John, so you can save that $10?
Yes, I can. What's the motivation?
Okay. The motivation here, John, we are planning to find out if you can save $10 in order for you to protect that $10 for a purpose of saving money. Saving money. And this is what we do here in the financial this platform. We teach people how to protect and save and how to save their money. We have money every week. We get paid, we get excited, and we look for things to spend the money real quick, right? But do we have the mentality to think about to protect and put some money away for rainy days?
This is the land of the plenty. I don't have to cut on my lunch. What do you mean?
In America, the people, they spend money. They love to go shopping. I like to go shopping, John, but I want to make sure I go shopping with cash and not depending on credits. And this is where some of our training is going to be. We'll be talking about that credits and how to save money. And that's why I said to you, you did your homework. You said that you can save $10 a week. What else can you do with your $10, John?
Well, the times I don't spend it and I find I've accumulated some of it and I spend it now, either on the weekend or something. A lot of it will be just spending, not just yes.
So if you can save $10 a day, tell me how much of that $10 accumulate for the whole month. How's your mathematics skills here, John?
I will be the highest would be $300, let's say, which in Kenya would be quite some money, and even here, yes.
Right. So $10
Yeah.
multiplied by 30 days. Most months it has 30 days
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah.
So multiply that by 10 by 30 days. How much money do you think you can save?
That would be $300.
$300.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Easy, right? So what does it take from a person to save that? Discipline yourself, right? So if we learn how to discipline ourselves, only buy what you need, but do not just go shopping because you have to go shopping, because your friend want to go shopping, because your neighbor wants to go shopping, because you just want to go to the mall just to spend the money because you might be boring, or you might be wanting to do something. So the next thing, we end up spending the money that we just got from our pay. All right.
Yeah.
So that's one goal there.
Just to stop you a bit, the assumption here is that I have the $10 to save, and so I have it.
Okay.
So when I go to spend, I spend in cash. Why then is everybody here? Somebody has the $10 in the pocket still, but you still want to buy things on credit. I don't understand this place.
Okay. Credits. In America, it's always good to build your credit. And to build your credit, it's good. It's a good thing to have a credit card. And I'm talking about maybe just have one credit card. Okay? One credit card. And you better make sure you also have a bank account, like a savings account or checking account, where your direct deposit from your work can go right into that bank account, and you use that banking account as a working account, where that's where you can go pay your bills, pay your power, pay your water, pay your mortgage, pay your rent. That's the idea of having the bank, to have a banking account. But the credit card, you must have one credit card. And I'm not saying that it's and also the credit card is good, because in the credit world, and I'm not a financial credit advisor, because I don't work for the credit company. I'm in the financial industry. So there's two different companies area field here. I'm not I am not supposed to be financially advise people on how to build a credit, but I can help them to set up a budget, a personal budget for people, in order for them to save that $10 every day for a month. This is where we're going to come in now.
The reason why I said just like 30,000 Kenya shillings, like $300 is quite a lot of money in Kenya, is because these broadcasts are also aimed at people that are not just Americans or even immigrants who have decided to settle and stay in America.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because a part of the reason why it's even hard to get a good credit score, mm-hmm, or take advantage of the credit score,
yeah,
everyone ends up burdened with debt because they don't understand it. So, for example, I'm Kenyan, and in Kenya I was in the financial sector, but it's not largely on credit, and therefore I was very literate financially in Kenya. But here, I don't understand the credit system as yet. For example, you have said about somebody needs a credit card, a bank account, or what? What needs to be done? I've come now. What's credit? How is it helpful? How do I build it?
Okay, to build a good credit, John, your debt ratio should not be higher. You should spend within your means. Okay, let's start from you, John. Give me an example of your incoming pay. What is your income for the week? Just give me just a rough idea here.
$600.
$600 a week?
Let's say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put that down. So $600 a week. Okay. Do you have any other income besides that every week?
No.
That's the only income you have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Think about now. Okay, now you've got your paycheck. What are your outgoing expenses, John? Give me your outgoing expenses. How much do you pay for rent?
From this?
Yeah.
Let's say
your
a quarter of it. Let's say like 150.
yeah, just give me some ideas so we can work because we're working on a budget now. So that's a rent.
Yeah.
What about power? What about electricity?
$30.
Okay. What about water?
Water 19.
What about gasoline for your car?
100 ball. No. This is like $40 a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And groceries that because you have to have food.
Yeah, groceries.
Okay.
Groceries per week, let's say 25.
Okay, groceries a week. That's 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other bills?
My phone.
A phone. Okay. Put down the phone.
And the internet.
Internet. Okay.
Yeah, Wi-Fi, whatever. Yeah.
Any other bills? Do you have any credit card bills? Are you paying any loans or are you paying any things like that? This is what
No,
I am talking.
I don't have those, but I have
It's okay.
entertainment.
Yeah, it's okay. No, you just put that up because remember now I'm asking you now to tell me what are your outgoing expenses. You cannot run a budget and see where you're at unless you really sit down and do a budget. And this is what we're doing now. Okay. Anything else? What about clothing? How much money do you buy on clothing? Because you have to go buy some shirts. You look very nice this morning. I know you like to dress up when you do your YouTube channel. So how much do you put aside for clothing's expenses?
That's not weekly.
Maybe a monthly.
Monthly. Let's say 150.
Okay, put that down.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
That's just something miscellaneous.
Church.
Something
Yeah,
could come up.
just
Something-
church miscellaneous.
Yeah.
You go to church. Okay, so why don't you add that up for me and see where you're at?
That is 35. This is 180. 180 plus 59 plus 65 plus 185. 185 plus this is 250. 250 plus 239. 239 plus 9. 8. 489.
Okay, take your incoming pay, your 600, subtract that outgoing expenses from there and tell me how much you have left.
489 is 111.
111, right?
Yes.
Is that 111 every week?
That's every week, yes.
It's every week, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, the question now, what do you think about what you're just doing now? Your incoming pay, subtract your outgoing expenses, it leaves you with what?
$100.
Okay.
$111.
Tell me, is that sufficient enough in America? Don't worry about Kenya because you no longer live in Kenya. We now live in America. Is that sufficient enough financial? It gives you the peace of mind financially in this country, John?
No,
No.
not anywhere.
Bingo. Okay, put that down. I wanted to write that answer down because you answer your own question. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. Okay.
It's not enough.
Not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing about it now? Do you think the job that you have now is sufficient enough to have the income that you need to protect, to take care of? Remember, I don't live in Samoa now. You don't live in Kenya where the cost of living is different from where we're at. Yes, we make lots and lots of money here, but also the cost of living is very expensive, right? So no longer we think like when we were at home. We think different now. And a lot of people, we need to change. We need to change how we think the country where we're at. Yeah, America is good, but we have to work hard. There's a lot of people that work more than one job, 2, 3 jobs to try and make ends meet. You know, think about the people, some of your people or other people with lots of children in the house, right? They all have to be fed, right? And think about the cost of gasoline is getting up, it's getting expensive. So those are some of the things that I do concern about, and I would like to bring that awareness of the what we're doing here in training in the financial in our minds now, that we no longer live in our country where things we can just go grow things and bring it in and we feed ourselves. No, we live in a different world now where we depend on money every day, and if we don't have sufficient income, if we don't have the money to spend to buy what we need, we'll be in trouble, and then we're going to run into debts.
I'm
Okay?
going back to the first page we started writing notes, and we talked about disciplining yourself.
Mhm.
Now, at times it's overwhelming because there's pressure. You have to appear vogue, you have to appear nice, you need to live in a certain neighborhood, you have to do what. Then you ask, okay, why not? I mean, I'm working so hard, why must I bother myself saving so hard or doing all these things people are saying? And so you find yourself rolling with the system.
Yes.
The system here is that everybody, almost everyone, ends up in debt one way or another. And it doesn't.
And why is that?
I wouldn't know. That's why I need to find out.
Okay.
Why has it been made so easy? You need to buy a new car. You only need to show up at a showroom with some credit score that allows you to do this, shows an income. You drive off with the car.
Yeah.
But now what does it mean for you for the next 5 years?
Because here we do not remember how much it costs a $35,000 car here in America compared to what you can buy same car back in your country. Tell me, John, how much?
Apparently the prices of cars are almost the same here and there. The only difference is here you pay a lot more easily. The other side, it's a lot harder.
How do you buy a new car back home, John?
A lot of them finances the same way they do here, by hire purchase.
Yeah.
So you have a deposit to go and pay a down payment, and then you pay the rest in installments. And it's pretty much the same way. They only don't mention credit here like the way they do here. The other side, they will say you've been financed or by hire purchase, which makes it pretty expensive, 2-3 times the cost.
Yeah. What it is, why is that? Because the companies, every companies, they're running the risk of allowing or letting the having someone to come and ask for a big loan to go buy a car. Next thing, maybe that car might get into an accident, and here's the loan has not been paid in full, right? And it's anything. You go buy a house, you have to buy insurance to protect the home in case you no longer you get laid off work, or you disable yourself and you're sick and you can't pay the full mortgage. So this is why America has protections. Even us now, John, in our platform, this is what we do. We show people how to leverage and make and teach them and give them the awareness of the training, understand how money works in this country. If you don't understand that, you will find yourself in the area where you depend on credits. You depend on lots and lots of credit cards to go shopping, to go buy things. And where do you think your life is you're gonna keep going, running yourself into lots and lots of debts. And this is why our company, we're fortunate enough that they teach us and they make sure that we understand. And it starts from us, trainers, people, agents. If we understand, you understand, John, you will be able to share this good news with a lot of people, because a lot of people, they don't understand. I give you $1, John. Okay, I ask you, John, I heard that you're a good investor. I give you $1, and you, because he said I'll come back to me next year. My dollar is now going to double from $1 maybe to $2. Is that good? Is that a good? Is it good?
I would say.
Okay. This is the same thing here. I was talking to you about cars. Cars in America, you have to have good credits to buy a car. Why? Because you don't have $35,000. Toyota do not give you the $35,000. Toyota has to go to a financial company to loan the money from that place in order for Toyota to say, John, because you have good credits, we'll run through the credits. Your credits is not poor, it's not excellent, but it's good. So you fall into that area where they can trust you to sell you that car even though it's not your car yet. They will give you the car to drive around and make sure that car better has protection to protect the car in case you accidentally have, the car or your car get into an accident. That way the insurance, the company will be able, the loaning company will be able to get their money back because you want a new car, but you don't have $35,000. Toyota will not give you that car, but they run the credit for you in order to talk to the finance company to finance this car on your behalf. Okay, so it's very much like what you said in Kenya. So you have to pay Toyota installments. Let's say your installments might be $500 a month, or let's say $250 a month. You pay that installments until the loan is paid off, and then you own the car. But at the meantime, you're just driving somebody else's car. It's not yours yet.
That's fine. I still have a problem because it's still academic. I understand because I've done some of my research and I read.
Yeah.
Somebody does not read. A fellow has come from Nairobi, Kenya by a direct flight or whichever through Europe or wherever he's here. He needs by the next 1 year to have built credit and buy his own car. What does that mean, building credit? Because, okay, what is even credit? So that what do you need to do? I have come. I hope to have a car by, okay, not actually buy, like I can obtain a car and pay slowly, in installments. What does somebody need to do on a day-to-day to build credit to be worthy of credit?
It's your credit worthiness. They want to check because you just came from you don't need to come from a different country. People over here, they do things, nobody knows the credit company. They don't know who you are. They need to check. Can we trust to lend John this $30,000 to buy that car? Same as insurance. If you want to buy life insurance, we better make sure that you can afford to buy a life insurance to protect yourself and your family, right? I come to you, John. John, can you please lend me $1,000? I need it. Let's say you don't know me. I just happen to meet you on the road, right? Stranger to another stranger. What do you think at that moment? Can you trust me if I come to you and ask you to give me $1,000 of your hard-earning money? I don't think so. You don't. So that's the trust. This is what they do here. You have to build that trust. You have to make sure that the other person you're asking to give you the money or give you that new car can trust you. They don't want to come back. If you miss a monthly payment, John, they're going to start looking for you, okay? One or maybe two, they're going to come back and look for you. If you don't keep pay up the payments that you still owing, they're going to repossess the car, all right? And that's no good. You can be at work, you can be at your home. If they know, they can find out where the car is at. They don't have to ask your permission. They just go tow the car and take it back. Okay? Do you like to be like that?
That has happened where in many places we know it. Kenya, this is the CRB things, Credit Reference Bureau. Is talking about credit. The repossession of cars, you know about it. You have bought commercial vehicles. You have a passenger vehicle, you operate a bus, you're not able to meet the requirements, it's taken away. People would buy even furniture by hire purchase in the past, and they will come and take away your seats and your TV sets and everything. It used to happen. We knew about it, but still rudimentary and not very, very developed. America, they are very strict about that. Now, out of school, I don't want to read anymore.
Okay.
I cannot read credit. I don't know what. I want to make my money and spend it. So,
John,
that's nice.
One more add on to the credit before we move to the next thing. Okay. Yeah. Let's say you want to go to Las Vegas, right?
Hey,
okay.
Vegas.
Let's go. You want to go to Vegas. You check on the airline, the tickets, very expensive, right? So now you say, well, maybe I want to rent a car, right? you want to drive to Vegas from Washington State to sightseeing until you get to Vegas. We have a convention coming up in July. So you go down to the car rental place, all right? Let's say you have $5,000 in cash on you, and that is just a scenario, right?
Yeah.
Let's say, oh, you don't have a credit card, but I have $5,000 with me. John, you go to the rental company and you ask, John, what can I do for you? And John said, well, I want to rent a car, right? What do you think they will ask you at that point? Cash or the credit card?
Most likely credit card.
Credit card. They don't care if you have $1 million or whatever. Cash, they will not take cash to rent that car to begin with. But when you return the car, if you wish to return the car, tell them I have cash to pay the transaction for using the rental, so that way they don't charge your credit card. They don't care if you have $1 million. If you don't have a credit card to rent a car, they will not rent you a car. Does that make sense? That's why I said to you, credit is a very powerful tool here in this country, and you must have at least one credit card in case you want to rent a car. Okay? There are places that you can do shopping with. They do not like you to pay them with cash. They want you to use a credit card. So having or owning one credit card is a good thing. It helps you to build that credit, right? So that's why it's very good.
If somebody has a credit card and you have a debit card, they won't take the debit card as yet?
Credit card, the credit card.
How about debit cards?
The debit card, I'll check that out, John. I'm not gonna say yes or no. I'm not, because in the past I always used my credit card to rent a car. So I'm not gonna say any answer to you right now, because like I said,